Okay, today we are going to learn how we put this ribbon with the bead in the hanger on top of an ornament, because this ribbon is not really tied into a bow. It's kind of just folded that way. So let's learn how to do that. All right, so I just have an ornament that is oversized and we're not using, so it has the hole at the top of the tag, and that's all that really matters. So we're going to take our jute and we're going to fold it in half. Now you will most often get correct lengths of this in your kit. Sometimes you may get a spool, but most of the time it's going to be pre-cut for you. So you're just going to take it and you're going to fold that in half, and then you're going to take the end, the two ends together, and you're going to tie them into an overhand knot. And that's just taking both strands, making a circle, and then feeding the ends through that circle and tying it tight. Okay, so now we have a looped piece of string. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put the bead on. So pinch the end of your jute there and then just feed the bead on. Now sometimes these beads will not be bored out completely in the center, and if that's the case, you can just stick like a needle or a pin or just something that will come through to the end. All right, so we're gonna pull that bead on and we're gonna move it all the way down to our knotted piece, our knotted end, just to get it out of our way. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to feed the folded end through the front to the back. So through the front of the ornament to the back, and we're going to pull that up. And then I'm going to take the beaded end and I'm just going to lay it inside that loop and get it out of my way. Right now I'm not tightening this loop all the way down yet because I want this hole left here to put my ribbon in. All right, then I'm going to take my ribbon. I have metal buttons on my sleeve and it keeps hitting the base of this light post or this camera stand. So that's the jangle that you hear. It's driving me crazy. I'm going to take this ribbon. Let me slide this out that way so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to just lay it flat and I'm going to fold the left end over. So I've got like just one loop there. And then I'm going to fold the right end over. All right. And see, it feels kind of awkward, looks kind of awkward right now. It's just two loops made into an X, two loops folded over into an X across the back straightaway. And if I let it go, it's gonna do some crazy thing and come undone because nothing's tied. So we're just, again, just fold the two ends over. And don't even really worry about what it looks like at this point. All you really care about is that it's even, okay? So I'm gonna pick that whole thing up. I'm just gonna pinch it in the middle so it doesn't come apart on me. I'm gonna pull my ornament back over here. And so now this is where this hole here comes in place, because I'm gonna slide half of that ribbon in. So I've got one loop and one tail on one side and one loop and one tail on the other side. And then I'm going to pull on that knotted end until that cinches down. Now this is called cow hitching, but it's also referred to as a lark's head knot. All right, so I'm going to tighten that right down. You see I'm just snugging that right down, so that's really tight there. And now I'm going to play with this ribbon so I can pull it down so it's not draped over the back of the ornament. And then I'm going to, again, cinch that down. And then you're just going to maneuver that ribbon around a little bit. Make sure your ends are even and that your loops are the same size. And if you wanted, you could put a little dab of hot glue there to hold your ribbon, but I'm just going to take a little bit of super glue and I'm going to put it right on the top of my lark's head knot, and that's going to make my lark's head knot stay down so it does not come uncinched. And then I'm going to take my bead ball here and slide it right back down to the very top of that knot, just like that. And then you can take your scissor and you can just trim the ends of your ribbon. You can dovetail them if you want to. I'm just cutting them straight up. Now dovetail, these are kind of small, but you can dovetail them. So dovetail is when you take the ribbon and you fold it up like a taco, and then you cut from the folded edge up and out to the end, just like that. And it makes this little, that shape there, that little arrow in the end. Okay, that's how you do a ribbon bow on top of a tag and put on the bead.